Religious doubt, it's not just a modern phenomenon. Even John the Baptist, who baptized Jesus himself and witnessed miraculous signs, struggled with uncertainty while sitting in prison.
That's such a powerful observation. Here was this incredible prophet who prepared the way for Jesus. Yet he sent his disciples to basically ask, "Did I get it all wrong?"
Well, you know what fascinates me most about this? Jesus' response wasn't anger or disappointment. He simply pointed to the evidence. The blind seeing, the lame walking, these incredible miracles happening all around them.
The historical context really adds another layer to this. These Jewish teachers actually believed there might be two different messiahs coming, one to suffer and one to conquer.
That explains so much about why people struggled with Jesus' identity. They were looking for this mighty warrior king to overthrow Rome, but instead got someone who spent time with outcasts and talked about serving others.
You know what really strikes me? The stark contrast between how different groups responded to Jesus. The religious leaders witnessed these amazing miracles firsthand, yet kept demanding more proof.
Right. And here's what's wild. When Jesus cast out demons, these leaders actually accused him of working with Satan. Like, they couldn't deny his power, so they tried to discredit its source.
That psychological resistance must have been intense. What do you think drove them to reject such clear evidence?
Well, it seems they were so invested in their religious system and the power it gave them that accepting Jesus would mean dismantling everything they'd built their lives around. And then Jesus comes along with this beautiful invitation: come to me, all you who are weary and burdened.
Oh, that's such a stark contrast to the religious leaders who just kept piling on more and more rules.
Exactly, and Jesus uses this brilliant metaphor about a yoke, which would have resonated deeply with his agricultural audience. In farming communities, they'd pair an experienced ox with a younger one to teach it how to plow.
So he's essentially saying, let me walk alongside you. Let me show you how to do this life thing.
And what's fascinating is how this created such a clear dividing line in society. You had people who recognized Jesus for who he was and found this incredible rest and purpose, while others just couldn't or wouldn't let go of their preconceptions.
The consequences Jesus described were pretty serious too, comparing the cities that rejected him to Sodom and Gomorrah.
But here's what's really interesting. Even in those stern warnings, you can hear Jesus' heart breaking. It's like watching a parent warn their child about a dangerous path they're taking. And then he does something truly revolutionary. He redefines what family means.
Saying whoever does God's will becomes his brother, sister, and mother. That must have been shocking in a culture where family ties were everything.
And you know what's particularly striking? The way Jesus handled opposition around the Sabbath rules. When his disciples picked grain because they were hungry, the religious leaders were more concerned about rule breaking than human need.
That really exposes their priorities, doesn't it? They'd save a sheep that fell into a pit on the Sabbath, but got angry when Jesus healed someone.
Well, it all comes down to this fundamental choice that's still relevant today. Will we trust Jesus enough to let him challenge our assumptions and reshape our understanding? Or will we cling to our own ideas about how things should work?
And that choice seems to have eternal consequences. It's not just about believing certain facts, but about entering into a completely new way of living.
You know, looking at all this, it's clear that Jesus wasn't interested in creating another religious system. He was inviting people into a transformative relationship that would change everything about how they understood God and each other.